Can you see this position, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Basically, this was played between Garry Kasparov and Alexei Shirov. Alexei Shirov, I guess some of you are already knowing, we did the Shirov attack as white in the last class on Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
In today's class, sadly, Shirov is getting checkmated. But so basically, the king is under check, right? So now the point is, I will ask everybody to be on mute. The thing is, the king is under check, and if I click on the king, we have 5 legal moves with the king because there's nobody else that can block the check. Now, this is the simplest example, and because it's all the examples that I'll be giving you today are taken from the top level games, top GM level games, and I will show you how very quickly even very, very big players can go wrong. Now, out of the 5 legal moves, so I have 5 different options. Suppose if you start applying method of elimination, let's consider anything. Let's consider any move. If I go to this side, let's say this. The point is, if you go here, I have something like rook e2 and I'll go rook h2, unstoppable mate. Correct? Once you realize this plan, you will be ignoring everything on h7, h6 and h5. So it means out of the 5 options you had earlier, you are now eliminating these 3 options. So now you're down to 2. Once you're down to 2, now this requires calculation. Suppose we don't want our king to be getting totally trapped. If you play something like here, the point is rook g5 can be a potential checkmate only when the pawn can be saved. So now I'll go rook d4, saving the pawn, and again unstoppable mate on rook g5. So once you start seeing these things, you understand what is the problem with your move, what can the opponent do. So this is not finding best move in a situation, rather this is going for any move and thinking how will the opponent try to take advantage of, how will the opponent react to my move. Once you start understanding opponent's plan, you will be able to start eliminating your options and you will be getting to the best move at the end. Now here Shirov played, by the way, king f5, and after rook d4, which was played in the game, Shirov resigned. Because it looks a very sensible move that okay, I want to activate my king like this, but Shirov, what he missed was that after king to f5, the king gets totally trapped. So this is just to show you that even top GM level players, they can miss these kind of small things. Now this is the most simplest example that I had from this book. Then I hope this position is clear by show of hands. Is anyone having any doubts? You can ask, or by just show of hands. We can go to the next one, guys. Okay. So now, okay, yeah, Mahati, are you having any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in this position, like when the king was in f5.
F5.
Sir, can we if we go d4 white? Sir, can we play c4?
Rook c4. Good move. Good suggestion. The point is, the rook has done the job of defending the pawn, right? So
Yes,
now I'll just play rook g5 anyways.
Oh, okay.
Without taking your rook, I'll just play rook g5 anyways because the king is already trapped. I had to just make sure that this pawn has to be guarded. So I'll just go rook d4. Now this rook is perfectly fine, and whatever the opponent does, I won't be reacting to this. I will just focus on my plan.
Oh, okay, sir.
So let's now go to the second position, and now here onwards I'll show you how this starts to get more and more interesting. Okay, so this game was played by Fabiano Caruana, and Caruana was basically...
So can you repeat the name?
Caruana is basically a US grandmaster. He was world number 2 in the in the year, I guess, 2021. He is one of the few players who have already crossed 2800 in FIDE ratings, and he has taken coaching from 5 coaches from different nationalities. Like one was French, other was Italian, other was Russian, one was US, and there was one more I don't recall. So he's a very serious player, and he was also a world championship contender to Carlsen, and Carlsen and Caruana played for 12 classical matches, and they drew it. And then Caruana just lost it in the rapids, in the tie breaks. It was a very famous world championship match. Anyways, so Caruana is a very, very strong player. He's one of the top players we have in the world right now. And after e4 c6, it's basically a Carocan. And let me show you I'll be skimming through the game quickly, because this is not the topic I'm trying to teach today. Rather, I'll just come back to the position in which we have this candidate move. And now black basically sacrificed a piece here. Sacrificed the exchange. I'll show you when. So basically we are just going forward. And here he sacrificed the exchange, which was not required. But anyways, now the point of this position is that after this, he has perpetuals. Maybe black thought that black is having perpetual checks. Like suppose if he takes here, the point is, and now I'll be more than happy to receive some of the answers in the chat. Why bishop f3 is played? Is it not a free piece, guys? I think it's a free piece or kind of something. Why this is played? It looks insane to me. What does black have in mind? By the way, Caruana accepted the sacrifice more generously, but here onwards black has this plan which eventually was not working. Let's see, how should we progress as black to play. Yes. So, Fateh, you are kind of correct. That's the reason. And yeah, it is correct. I get the idea. I get the plan. It is correct. Let me wait for other options as well. Let me see what others are thinking of the same position. Yeah, that is kind of correct, Krishna. The first move is correct, but why will I go to H1? Why not? I'll go to H1 or something.
Sir, I joined right now. So what are we doing?
We are doing a method of elimination, Vedansh, in which I'll be coming to the position and then I'll be explaining. Method of elimination goes like you are having 3 to 4 choices, and you have to neglect some of the choices by applying this method. When we'll be reaching that position, then I'll be explaining that position to you again, okay?
Okay, sir.
Now here, guys, okay, I'm beginning the move. So after this, basically queen g5 check was played, and now he anticipated. Obviously, going in the corner is bad because of ef3. Queen g2 is very big trouble. So now black was anticipating that now he's having this perpetual check. If you notice carefully, all of you, black is down a full piece, which is the rook. white is +5, but only thing black has is that black may be thinking of some perpetuals. Yes, queen g5 is the right answer, Mati. So after this, queen c2, and now notice how black is confident about, he's creating a fork, but he's not even thinking of taking the rook. He goes here. Now he's not even thinking to take the rook because maybe the queen will be kind of in a bad position. He goes check again. And now again, the question to the class is how many legal moves white has, because again we are under the same position, and this is where method of elimination will be applied. Now the point is you are having how many legal moves.
We have 3 legal moves.
So the first move is go backwards, the second move is go here, the third move is go here. And again, Caruana had to basically make a decision that
You
where
could also go to d3, right?
he could also go to d3, but
So d3 is blocked by the pawn.
pawn is,
So
yeah.
the-
Vedant should mute. Vedant should mute. It's lecture. Okay. Now d3 is not possible because pawn is attacking here. So after 3 moves, we have to decide where do we have to go. So again, you have to apply method of elimination, and by applying method of elimination, you will realize that suppose if you go here, it's like repeating. The same thing will be repeated threefold, and it becomes a draw eventually. So this is neglected. So now you only are left with 2 choices, over here and over here. And the thing is, why method of elimination is a very simple but very strong concept to learn in the middle game, because just the reason I showed you in the earlier example between Kasparov and Shirov, in which you can very easily go wrong. Now the point is, this is where we have to start our calculation, because we are left to 2 choices. Whenever you are left to 2 choices out of say 3 or 4, you will be always down to 2 choices. Now my recommendation is this: whenever you're down to 2 choices, never ever make a decision quickly. You will be having 4 choices. You can, by applying elimination, you can be down to 2 choices. This will be happening to you most of the times. But now my recommendation is never ever go too quickly in your final decision. Now here is where I'll be asking the question to the class: what should we do as white? I'll be giving you 3 minutes exactly, and now at 7:37 I'll be starting the solution. Think, but don't make the choices too quickly.
Sir, I just typed it, sir, but I forgot that, sir. I think something went wrong. Sir, can you just ignore that?
Yeah, fine. Like I'll be like you still have.
I sent my.
Okay. Just don't make your decision too quickly. Whenever you're down to 2 choices.
Sir, I sent my answer.
Yeah, I saw that. We'll be discussing the answers. Just
Sir, I also sent
I
my.
received it already.
Sir, I sent the answer.
Yeah, I received it. So now Mahati, okay, Mahati has also sent. Okay, fine. All of you have sent answers, so without any wasting any further time. So basically,
1 second.
what happened? Now, basically, guys, understand what is the theme. The idea is, if you try to take the pawn over here, I will go check on you, and if you try to go this way, I'll go check on you again. And now once you go here, you will always have to be there with your queen if I go queen to f1 check. This happened basically in the game. Caruana decided to capture the pawn, and then after this, because you cannot go away from the queen, this is a draw. This is potentially a repetition of draw. Again, suppose now the question is, why should he run to this side? Again, the same story. If he
Sir, it will be a draw, but in leeches they will give an option to draw, right?
Yeah, but this happened in like it was like a threefold repetition, and threefold repetition is also a draw.
Yes, sir.
It's
The same in online gives us an option of taking.
Yeah, same thing happened. So the point is, these two squares are not possible. And after check, if you decide to go here, who will help me out to find out why this is not a very recommended square to go?
Sarthak sir.
Sir, because of queen d2.
Okay, continue.
Sarthak sir, queen c1.
Okay, similar idea. Queen c1, queen d2. Yeah. Okay, so suppose I go
g5.
Now you want to go g5.
Sarthak sir.
I go to g4 and I create a happy draw. Now you go e5 check. Right? So basically you go c1. You save yourself to maybe some g1 checks as well. Right?
Yeah.
So suppose if you go c1, you are saving some g1 ideas. But if you go d2, no, you're not having any g1 checks for you. That's why it's again perpetual. Caruana played this thing, and in the game what happened? Hi Ann, good evening. And in the game what happened after this check, they were simply repeating the moves, and he created a draw from a winning game. And now let me show you what majority of the class answered. Now the point is, after here, if you play king d4, I still have this check on you, but the point is white can win this position by this. King c5, you take, I take, and now it's like I'll be getting some of the pawns, and now white is having a better position. White
Sarthak
is
sir.
a better endgame. I hope everybody thought of the same idea.
Sir, so whoever typed king d4 was correct, right?
Yes. But the point is, even a super top GM like Fabiano can miss this. That is why it is a very, very strong concept to be careful of, to be mindful of. Because whenever you are having 3-4 choices, no, always reduce the choices to 2. Once you are down to 2, don't make the decision too quickly. Am I clear, guys? Show of hands, any doubts? We'll be going to the next position. If you are having any doubts, we'll be going to, other than that, we can go to the next position. So basically we are doing the process of elimination. Now what is process of elimination? That is, we are having 4 to 5 choices every time. Out of 4 to 5 choices, by applying elimination, you will be down to 2 choices. Once you are down to 2 choices, then you will have to make your decision by calculating both of them. So basically, process of elimination helps us in reducing our number of choices. You will always be coming down to number 2. Once you are down to 2 choices, then that is where calculation starts. Now, let's go to I hope we can go to the third position, guys. And now this is one of my favorite positions, and this is where I was watching this game even live. I I remember this game happening in 2013 Chennai, and I was not watching it live physically, but I was watching it. I was watching it on the stream, and back then there were not people. I could not see the players, but I was seeing the board, and it was one of my favorite matches, and it was a decider match. It was Game 9 World Championship Anand Carlsen, in which Carlsen defeated Anand, and it was a very, very critical game. It was a game in which whichever side would have defeated the other side would have claimed the title. Thing was, this was the game, and this will be the this was the elimination technique was applied in the decider of the final move, the game changing move, the move that made Carlsen a world champion for the first time was Anand blundered at the last moment. Let me go through the game, because it is basically it is one of my favorite games that happened. Both the sides were having a very, very nice. So it was basically a d4. It was basically a Queen's Gambit game. It changed into Queen's Gambit later on. It started with the Nimzo. So now after this we have f3, a very strong variation. Why f3 is played generally to go for g4. Those who have already attended the flank attack class, we are already aware of this g4 h4 kind of things, right? So after this c5 was played, and now takes e3, and c5 is basically kind of a terrace kind of a structure in which black tries to challenge white straight away, and then after a couple of moves, so there goes the plan g4. So white is very, very quick in attacking on the flank. And now after this, let me just walk you through the game, because it was a very nice game. Anand gave everything on this game. He was also very tired, because it was the game 9, and it was both the players were mentally exhausted, and now he went for the pawn storm attack. Anand was playing as white, and after a couple of moves we reached the situation in which the point is this, and after this the point is white is having the attack on the king side, and black is having the counterplay that he wants to make the queen. So now after b2, Anand took the risk of going rook f4. Rook f4 was played. Anand allowed the queen to come up on the board with a check, because Anand's idea was to just mate Carlsen by going rook h4 and queen h7, unstoppable. But only because this was a check move, it could not happen. Now let me tell you, we'll be reaching the situation like this. So the queen is on the board, and again guys, we'll be applying the method of elimination. We are having how many options to block the check? How many legal moves are there? One is knight f1, other is bishop f1, third is rook f1, fourth is king f2. So how many choices? 4 choices. We will be reducing the choices to, again, as I already mentioned, to 2 choices. Now, suppose, why did the rook jump up? The reason the rook jumped up was to go rook h4, and only then Carlsen could make the queen. So that is why it will never be a good choice to bring the rook back, right? Otherwise, why was the rook played to f4? In order to allow the queen to get promoted. So rook f4. So now we are down to 3 choices, guys. Okay. Now, either knight to f1, bishop f1, or king f2. Now what do you think of king f2? Is king f2 a good choice? Suppose if I play something like king f2, is it a good, fine choice? Now the point is,
With the king like to h.
black is up a queen. The thing is, black is super up a queen here. And now what can black play? Can anyone figure out? You should remember, don't allow rook h4 to happen. You are up a queen. What should you do? Black, you are up a queen. You don't even require that queen. What should black do in the chat, all of you? How And now you will see how strong Carlsen. So queen c2 check is one of the options. Something stronger, Mahati. Something stronger. Let's see. So basically, I guess after queen c2 check, let's play some of the moves. Suppose I play something like knight c2. You just have to not allow Anand's rook to come to h4. Otherwise, gone. Black to play. You should remember that black has two queens. And black has to save the checkmate to happen. What should black do? Okay, all of you. Yes,
So
very
one
good.
second.
Very
One
good.
second.
So that is a very good move to figure out, because we don't actually require that piece, right? Yes, very nice. So now you guys are getting the situation. Now you guys are understanding the situation. As I said earlier, we don't require that queen. We only want to stop rook h4. And the way to stop rook h4 is to block it. In the language of chess, we call it as pin. But it's not a pin. It's like
Sir, you can just, sir, it's like sacrificing a pawn for a rook.
You can just sacrifice, and now it's just resigns. Let's go back. Yeah, Gurfateh, that's correct. Let's go back. So that is how now we are down to two moves. What are the two moves, guys? Either you can block the check by bishop f1 or knight f1. And now this requires super hard calculation. Now but you have to be correct intuitively. You have to understand if you choose any of the moves. No, this is a very hard position. When I saw this position for the first time, I did not find the best move. I thought of the same move that was played in the game that resulted in the loss of the game when I was seeing the game live. But later on, when I started analyzing, and I will also share my analysis here, what I then after the game analyzed, why one move is correct and other move is wrong. Now you are knowing the same idea, because you are now finding queen f5 moves. You are understanding that you are not requiring, black is not requiring the second queen. I hope this is very clear to all of you, that black doesn't want the second queen to be there on the board. Black just have to stop the rook h4 idea. If this is clear to all of you, you will be able to understand out of these two moves how to block it. And this is where your process of elimination is ending. Like, elimination will only help you to find out of these four choices what were the two choices. N number of choices you have, you will be getting down to two choices by applying elimination. But once you're down to two choices, then elimination won't work. Then you have to start calculation. Elimination has done its job, and now it's more about calculation. Now, suppose, let's start with any of them. Which one do you want to start with? Anyone can recommend them.
Bishop f1.
Okay, let's start with bishop f1.
Knight f1.
Okay.
Sir, but I already found the reason bishop f1 is not possible.
Okay, so Ayan is saying, yeah, bishop f1. So let's start with knight f1. And the point is you want rook h4, right? And Ayan, by the way, that is the best move in the game. And rook h4 is the move. Now, what did Anand played this knight f1, and I also thought that knight is called as the best friend of the king. So knight always likes to defend the squares around the king. Only not possible here. because Carlsen played Queen E1 and Anand resigned, and this was one of the most saddening moments of my like when I was watching any live games. Because after Queen E1, the video is also available on YouTube. If
Sir,
anyone,
I saw the game.
sorry.
Sir, I saw the game.
Yeah, yeah. The video is also available. Like Carlsen played this Queen E1, and he left he played the move Queen E1, and then he left the game hall, and he left, and maybe he went to the washroom, and then he came back, and then Anand resigned. So basically, Anand was waiting for him to come back. So it was kind of uh, not so good feel. Anyways, as a viewer, it was not so good to watch. Again, so Queen E1, the idea is Rook H4 is not possible, because if you go Rook H4, anyways, I just take it. And now you don't have any checkmates, and now you're simply down a piece.
Then I found out why Bishop F1 is not possible. It's the same like.
Now,
It's a Bishop F1. Sir, I found out why Bishop F1 is not possible.
now the point why
It is because the knight is blocking the queen from defending the h4 square.
yes.
And you can't play queen e4 to do that because of the knight.
Now I go Queen
Sir,
D1.
Sir, I was thinking of something else.
Now I'll go Queen D1, because you can go Rook H4. I'll allow you that, but I go Queen H5, and this is when it starts to get interesting. Because now Knight takes, obviously, because you want to maintain that advantage, right? Pawn takes, Rook takes. Again, you want to finish the game here, but sadly I have Bishop F5 stopping this. Pawn G6, again threatening the same idea. Bishop takes, Rook G5. Knight takes pawn takes, queen takes, and now after a couple of moves, it is just a happy draw.
Sir, but then how did Magnus Carlsen win?
Because this Bishop F1 did not happen in the game. Knight F1 was played, and after that, white is it?
Sir, but he said that Knight F1 was the best move in the.
Bishop F1 is the best move. I'm saying Bishop F1 was the best move to survive. But Knight to F1 was played, which is inaccurate because of Queen E1 and Rook H4 is not possible. So this is one example, and I really wanted to include this example for today's class. There are many examples. Many books can give you a lot many examples, but this was one of my favorite games, so I just wanted to show the class this game. Now let's go back to the final position of the class. It was a game between Peter Svidler, Russian grandmaster, very decent, very humble player, and Vasilin Topalov. So Topalov was also, if any E4 players want to start learning how to basically attack, you should watch Topalov games. Like, his games are very intuitive and very attacking in nature. So here Topalov was playing as black. I'll just walk you through the game. It was basically a Ruy Lopez, but that is not the part that I wanted to focus. My point is that we'll be coming down to a situation, a very nice situation, and I'll show you how many players can go wrong. I won't explain that position. I'll leave that position to the class, just to make the point that why elimination is a very important technique to understand. So we are down to, let's see. So we are now down to endgame, and it was something, if I'm remembering correct. Where should I stop? Now I have to be very careful. Where should I stop? Okay, I should stop here. Yes, I guess I should stop here. Yeah, okay, fine. Now here, guys, the point is I'm having a 6th rank pawn. Svidler was having a 6th rank pawn, and black is up a rook. Now the thing is, again, what should we do? And now let me tell you why it is said that players can go wrong if you are not applying the elimination technique. How many good moves you have? Like, how many moves you have to that you want to play here? Okay, I guess I can go for some more moves, I guess. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, here is where I will ask the class. So basically, you are having one move, two move, three move, four move, five move. Now again, you are having five moves with the king to run. So again, start applying elimination and
So
just
do
tell
we
me
so
two
do we
moves.
have to type in the chat?
Yes, obviously in the chat. Just tell me two moves. Like ignore the three moves and tell me two moves. What are the two moves you can think? Like don't calculate anything. Just apply elimination and tell me what are the three. Like what are the two moves you're coming down to? From five moves, what are the three? What are the two moves you're coming down to? Yes, Mahati. That is kind of correct. That is absolutely correct. So that's how whenever you start applying elimination, you'll be always coming down to from n number of choices to two choices. This will always happen. Anyone else? Just quickly tell, because the elimination part is kind of easy. So okay, fine. So no, Krishna, don't answer the final answer. Final move will always, if you go to straight away answers, no, I'm not so sure if that will be correct or not. Now only tell me the two moves. Only tell me two moves. Why do you want to go there, Vidash? That's kind of incorrect. You have to think more precisely, Vidash. See, you have to remember, black has the extra rook. It's the same case what Carlsen was having, the extra queen. I can just sacrifice my rook for the pawn, and my king can run towards your pawn, and then I'll be making my queen. No, Fatih, you are answering the final answer. I'm not asking that. I'm asking the two moves you are coming down to from five moves. What are the two moves? Don't tell me the final answer. Final answer is not correct, and that is the main point. I'm just trying to explain why many players can. Yes, man, that's what I was asking. Yes.
Should I type another one?
Yeah. So now everybody is saying that let's go to f5 or g5. So these are the two moves everybody is coming down to from five moves. And now here is where elimination, forget about elimination now. Now here is where you have to start calculating. Okay. Now, if I can start with any move. Okay, I can start with king f5 because it was something what Krishna and one more, I guess Fateh was also suggesting. Now again, let's start the calculation, and one of you have to unmute and tell me what is the problem with king f5, if there is any. Because it's a tempo on the rook, right? And the next is the promotion. So
Sir, I know the problem.
Yes, what's that, Vidansh?
Sir, you can just play rook e1. If he promotes, then you just
now
play
you
rook
promote and then you are skewered, right?
and then you win the game with the extra rook.
Exactly. So that is the problem. That is why I said don't make your decisions too quickly, because you'll be going wrong most of the times. So whenever you're down to five choices, don't play the move. Just apply elimination, come down to two choices, think for 1 minute, and then play. It will increase your accuracy. I hope I'm getting clear. I hope I'm making myself clear with that. Whenever you're having five choices or four choices, don't play any move, even if you feel that okay, this is the right move. Most of the times it might be incorrect. Okay, now let's go for g5. The point is, now I want to just promote, check g4, because I'm trying to bring the rook over here. By the time my king wants to go here, g3, and finally this. And now this is not possible, right? Now this cannot be possible. Like you cannot stop the queen to come on the board. So a3 was played.
But sir, I had a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, instead of playing like the from ranking like checks, sir, can you go back to the where he started the checks?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. Can you just place like king g5? Yeah, sir. Can you just play king rook e1?
Rook e1. And now you are saying that okay, if I promote, you will go behind this like that, but I'll go here, 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 here. right?
Okay, sir.
I won't change my file. I'll be there on the G file and H file. Good question. I'll be changing G and H, and I'll be winning the last tempo on you on the second rank. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the game happened like this. Okay, sorry if there's some background noise coming. So after this, the point was a3 was attempted on the board. And why a3 is attempted? A very clear-cut logic. If you are trying to take me, I'll also try to promote, you will also try to promote, and eventually it's a better position from black side, right? Because black will be having extra pawns. So white promoted here and black played this. Now the question is, now this is what I want to ask. And when I was studying this position, I analyzed what if he plays here. And this is a very, very interesting situation. Again, it's like you can even apply a method of elimination here. The point is now you are again having 3-4 choices. 3-4 good choices. Number one can be that, okay, you can try to exchange, try to take, but there is this guy getting promoted. So I don't want to do that. Number two can be, I want to give this king some checks and I want to make sure that my queen comes here. As soon as he gets promoted, I just take it. So
Sir, can I tell the answer?
Hang on. Let me explain, because it's very interesting. Number two can be, I can bring my queen on the first rank doing the same logic. If he promotes, I can just take it. So these are the couple of choices we have. Like you are having 3 choices, one to take it, but then he has a queen, so let's ignore that straight away. Other is to bring the queen to a4. The third is to bring the queen somewhere on h1. And both the ways are possible to do. And now what is the correct way? Where do you want to go? That is what is requiring calculation. White to play. Okay. A lot of background noise, no?
Sir, I'm afraid of dogs.
I'm not so much afraid of dogs. I love dogs, but
There's a dog right under our house.
no, it's not in my house. It's on the street.
I know,
maybe I
but in
found the
my
answer.
house,
So maybe I
right
found
under,
the
so
answer.
every time I go out, there's like like whatever. Just
Okay.
Sir, can I tell?
Yes. Say the answer. What's the answer?
Queen A8.
Queen A8. But then
And after the king
Right.
moves, you can just go to H1.
Okay. So you want to go here, right? So it's the same thing what Mahati and Ayan are also trying to do, I guess. So Mahati wants queen h6, Ayan wants queen f6. And now see, the point is, now you guys are telling the moves in different manner. But the idea is, I guess, more or less the same, that you want to choose the first rank as the matter of defense, right?
Yes, sir.
I hope this is the point behind these kind of moves. You want to go here, and now suppose I play b5. Now what do you want to do?
Sir, maybe Queen H1.
Queen h1, and now see, this is a high, difficult position. It's a black move. It's a black to play. It's a very nice. It's a beautiful move to figure out, and that is what Topalov did not play. Topalov is a kind of player that likes to play complicated position. Here he kind of simplified the position a bit. Had he played pawn a2, it was a very complex ending, because after this you go here, black can go rook h3.
So how does that help?
You can take.
Just be Queen A1. You can just be Queen A1.
You can play queen a1, absolutely correct. I play a4. You can take my pawn, and sadly I go rook h1 and your queen is trapped.
Oh.
It's a fortress. Your queen will never be part of the game, and whatever you do, black is managing to create a draw. That's how.
So you can try to free. Sir, you can try to free the queen by playing b4 or something.
Then I'll take with the pawn.
Yeah.
If you
That's
try
the only way to
something
play
like
the
this, you
queen.
have. Bye.
That's like, oh,
I mean, you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing by first of all giving me a small cake, right? That is what you can think of, right? But then again, I'll take it, and you will be having only one pawn, and I'll be having three pawns. One of them is already on the third rank, and you cannot give me any checks, and I'll be having a rook. There's no force or anything. So you can try, you can take the photo of this position. It's very hard to win from white side. If you want to take the photo, you can try this at home. It's clearly not playable from white. White is because of this queen, because of this empty queen. It's basically kind of trapped. So that is why defending like this wasn't the best choice for white. Let's go back. And now let's try to bring the queen here. Now guys, help me out please. How will we bring the queen to a4? Now let's try the same thing and show me how will you bring the queen to a4. Anyone can speak up, and it's just a matter. It's very simple. You just have to give 2 checks and you'll be coming to a4. You just give me 2 checks, you'll be there to a4. Quickly, it should not take much time.
So can I try?
Yeah, anyone.
Okay. Sir, Q C8.
Queen c8, exactly. You go b5. You go d7.
Sir, Q D7.
Yeah, fine. I go here, you go here.
sir, okay, yeah, that's.
Then it is fine. That is where we are kind of having the advantage. Now, suppose I am saying that okay, fine. Let me try the same move order. You can take me. I'll go here, but now I'm having one tempo. The king is not on b5, so I can take this thing. Understood, and free my queen. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is it for the process of elimination. I hope the concept was clear to you, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So process of elimination is majority concerned about whenever your king is under check in maybe a transitioning phase from middle to end game. Whenever you're having 4 or 5 choices with the king, never make your final choice. Always reduce down to 2 choices. That is the summary of the class. Never make your final choice. Reduce your choices to 2 and start calculating on those 2 choices. Okay. So this is where I guess I'll be stopping here. And I wanted to basically tell you one more thing. Like basically, I guess next Monday I'll be giving you some positions to practice. Okay, let me do it today anyways. Why to waste time? Also, I'm not hearing all the students very and I'm not getting any proactive responses even from you, Vedansh, in the group, because I'm checking the answers. Okay, I always check the answers. So you have to be very, very proactive in your responses. Okay, keep trying those practice sessions, because every example that I send, no, they're with a theme. Like if you notice the pattern of the positions that I've been sending on the group, majority of them are focused around middle game or end game. They're not focused on the openings. They're only focused on middle game and end game, because the purpose of lectures are only around currently on the middle game and end game. So whenever I send anything on the group, always try that. Never ignore that. Okay. Now, so what should I do in this position?
Sir, I tried the last example, sir, but I kept on losing.
You kept on losing where? Okay, yeah, fine. So yeah.
Sir, I played against the stockfish, but I lost against it.
Which level did you try?
Sir, level 7. Sir, at first I level 7, sir, but then I wasn't able to
Okay,
win.
I'll see in the class. But keep on trying.
The first position was
I
last of them.
I agree. I agree. I agree. It was very hard.
3 days just to win against 2 computer levels.
It was hard. Yes, it was hard. But if you try to practice one time, you will understand the problem. I'm not saying you have to win always. You have to try it out. Understood? In the class, we'll be obviously discussing them. But I want you guys to try it out. Keep trying. Once you try it out, then you'll be finding the problems you are having. And then we can obviously improvise in the class. That is a different case. But never, I mean, suppose Vidansh, you said that you tried, but send the answers to me on the group. Understood?
Sir, I couldn't get the draw.
Doesn't matter. Even if you're losing, send the answer on the group. Who cares? I never said that you should be only sending the answers if you're winning the game. I never said anything on that like that on the group. Even if you're losing, I do not absolutely care. I want you to attempt. Attempt is more important for me currently as compared to the win or loss. I want the attempt. I want to see the attempt, how you are attempting the situation. Okay, it doesn't matter if you are winning always. All right, so just take the screenshot of this position. This will be the discussion of the next week Monday. It was basically played between Sam Shankland and Eric Hansen, and it's white to play. No, sorry, it's black. Sorry, wait a minute. Hang on. Let me make a move from black. Yeah, it's black. It's white to play here onwards, and play this position with level 7. Before coming to Monday's class, play this position with level 7. Or maybe first of all try with level 6. If you are winning with level 6, then try with level 7.